And take a moment to just arrive here, feeling your body. Allow yourself to sense the way you're sitting, the way you're breathing. Recognizing that your body is your home here, in this moment, in this present. Recognizing that everything that we experience is felt, is experienced also through the body. Somehow we carry this very strange notion that body, mind, emotions, spirit are different things, while they are just one reality. Everything, every moment is experienced on all these different aspects of being. Synchronically, interdependently. Every thought is also an emotion, every emotion is also a sensation in the body. And all this is spirit in its diversity of manifestation and incredible abundance. Language creates separation, language creates division, language gives us the illusion that we can put a boundary between what we feel, what we think, what we sense. While the real is a continuous unfolding of everything that is in the eternal now, this moment. It's just a question of different densities. It's like the body is the most dense of our experience. Emotions are a little bit more subtle. Thoughts are even more subtle. Moods even more subtle. Essence, true nature, extremely subtle and delicate. So as we practice presence right now, we use the body as our roots in the present moment, as our basic ground of experience, as our anchor in the here now. And as we become familiar, intimate with our body, it is easier to relax without changing anything, just sensing, without doing anything to make it different. Letting go of any effort to be in a particular way, to sit in a particular way, to breathe in a particular way. You simply are present with yourself in what is, moment after moment. There is no right, there is no wrong, there is no goal. Just simply being yourself right now. And sensing your legs and your arms, and gently allowing your eyes to open, and give yourself a little stretch. Uh, uh. Thank you for being here and taking the evening of a Sunday in your, I don't know if it's holiday time for most of you, summertime, to be together here. The topic of this Zoom meeting is about understanding, not only in an intellectual way, but fundamentally in an experiential way, what does it mean the world is a mirror? What does it mean that, or what I mean, or what other teachers and masters mean when they say we create the world we live in? Now, this is a very, for many people, a very challenging concept and understanding, because one of the entertainment that we like to share with each other very often is complaining about the world. is complaining about the fact that the world is harsh, or that the world is not friendly enough, or that the world is fucked up, or that the world doesn't answer my questions or doesn't respond to my needs. And when I say the world, I mean not only the world in general, but the world on many its components, and very often other people. So in the world, in the day-to-day life, there is a lot of complaining going on, and often blaming, so blaming of parents, blaming of children, blaming of boyfriends and girlfriends, and bosses and employees, and governments, and so on and so forth. And at the very center of this familiar activity, there is an idea which is not expressed directly, but that obviously is present in our unconscious, that somehow we and the world, we are two different things. That we are kind of accidental in this world. That whatever is happening around us does not have so much to do with us, that we are kind of thrown into the world. And that's not true. It was true when we were born, in the sense that we didn't ask to come on this planet, at least not consciously, and we found ourselves in this life. But now that we are not children, now that we are mostly adults, our relationship with the world is not accidental. In fact, let's do something very, very simple and practical in this moment, just to open this field on an experiential level. I would like that you take a moment to look around yourself. That you look at the room you're sitting in, or the garden, or the plants that are in your room, or the paintings, or the chair you're sitting in. Just look around for a moment. Really do that. Just look. Take a moment to look around. Jagit, look around. Don't be lazy, come on. This is an experiment. Just look around. Look the space you are in. And when I say the space, I don't mean only the objects that are in this space. I mean also the atmosphere. Feel also the atmosphere of the space you are in. Feel how you feel in this atmosphere. Notice what kind of sensations, feelings, thoughts come to your mind as you observe what is around you. Because what is around you, of course, is affecting what you are experiencing in this moment. So just look. Now, one thing that you might notice is that most probably this space around you is familiar, is something that you are connected with, is something that you experience as not only now, not only in this moment, but probably many, many other moments in your day-to-day life. So now I would like that you change the perspective and you start noticing how many aspects of what is this reality that is around you, perhaps all, has to do with you. Is something that you have chosen, that you have put there, maybe a painting, maybe a photography, maybe a book, maybe a particular pillow, maybe a certain cushion with a certain color, maybe, you know, something on the wall or a particular light. So the space around you is actually an extension of you. You can feel and you can look at it as, okay, this is me in my physical body, but actually my physical body is extended energetically in every aspect of the space you are living in this moment. This space talks about you, says something about how you experience yourself, how you experience life, how you think, how you look at beauty, how you experience space. And not only the objects that are in the room, but also the atmosphere of the room. You probably are so used to this space that you don't even sense it so clearly. But if you ask somebody else to come into this room where you are in this moment, people will sense your presence in this room. Because every time that you are in this space, consciously or unconsciously, you are filling this reality with your own presence. And this is something that we keep doing over and over and over and over without being aware of it. We actually create in a very intimate and personal way the space we live in. Not only that, but often we get upset if somebody comes there and makes some changes. Because we go, wait a minute, that book has, I see a couple, they look at each other, which is sweet, because in couples this often happens, you know, like, wait a minute, no, this book stays there. This painting is my grandfather. Don't touch it. So take it lightly, but at the same time, notice the space we live in. It's actually a projection, an extension of our presence. And we recreate this space every morning. When we wake up, the world, the moment before waking up, the world yet does not exist for us. The moment that we start becoming conscious, the moment that awareness start bubbling again, you know, in our conscious mind, we start creating the world. We start creating it, for example, with certain thoughts or with certain expectations about the day that is gonna come, or with certain feelings that we carry from the night before. So if you start looking with attention to the world, not only the room you are living in this moment, but in general, the world you live in every day, there is a lot that has to do with you. So if you wake up in the morning and for whatever reason you are carrying some, I don't know, fear or jealousy or anger from the day before, and you wake up to a new day, you might carry still those feelings and emotions and start waking up and being grumpy and start living for hopefully not such a long time in a grumpy world. So you look around and everything is like, fuck. No, this is, do I really want this today? Or no, you might wake up completely full of energy and creativity and joy, and you open your eyes and everything is luminous. Everything is brilliant. Everything is alive. Everything is like full of contentment and curiosity. So if you start really giving attention, it's nearly inevitable that you recognize that the world you live in is an extension of your presence. You are co-creating that reality. And I say co-creating because obviously you are not the only one. There are many other people that live on this planet. So there is a continuous intersection of creativity. There is a continual interdependency of creativity. There is an incredible network of creation that happens from one individual to another individual to another individual, to an animal, to a cat, to a dog, to the wind, to the rain. Everything is creating this reality. Everything and everybody. Now, when you start experiencing this, something fundamental happens in your life. First of all, you stop being a victim. You're not accidental. You actually recognize that there is a place for you in this creation. You recognize that this creation would miss something if you were not there. Second, you start becoming very curious, extremely curious, and passionate about what am I creating today? How can I actually participate consciously to this creation? How can I be the real expression of the uniqueness that I am in this creation? Because that's the third point. You recognize that you are unique. That what you create, only you can create. That feeling, that thought, that emotion, that sensation, that action, only you can create and manifest it. Then everything becomes an incredible surprise, an incredible wonder. Now, of course, there is a price that we pay for this. And the price that we pay is that we have to stop blaming others. You know, there is no way that we can blame somebody else. This does not mean that we have to agree with other people's creation, of course, because other people are just other people. But we radically, fundamentally understand the interdependency that exists in this universe. and we recognize that we continuously interact with all of it, people, rocks, dogs, wind, rain, sun, we can create the reality we live in consciously. Now, there is a story that many masters, but I heard it especially from Osho, points to this. And it's actually a very simple story. It's the story of two prisoners sitting in a dark, muddy, dirty cell, which has a small window on top of one of the walls with metal bars, and outside of the window there is a full moon. Now, one of the prisoners is sitting and looking around and really bitching and complaining and say, God, this place stinks. I cannot live here anymore. I know I'd rather kill myself. I see spiders and cobwebs and it's wet and humid and my bones are hurting. I want out. I want out. And at the same time, the other prisoner is looking at the moon and is completely luminous with inner connection and joy and beauty. The reality is what it is. The real is what it is. What can be different, what can change, is how we experience ourselves in this creation. We can participate, or we can complain and bitch. And that's possibly the most fundamental choice that we can make in life. I'm not asking you or telling you to stop seeing that there is darkness also in life. Not at all. Because definitely there is. What I'm telling you is that you can look at darkness in a different way. You can look at darkness as simply the other side of light. Like the night is the other side of the day. It's not the night bad and the day is good. It's not the storm bad and the sun good. They're just different aspects of reality. So when you stop excluding, when you stop saying, oh yeah, this yes, and this no, the moment that you stop doing that, you start living in a completely, absolutely inclusive universe where you can create anything you want. And everything that you create is going to have your taste. You're going to experience yourself in everything that you create. So everything that you create becomes your mirror. And you can learn from that mirror. You can see yourself in that mirror. Now, to stop complaining and to stop bitching and to stop blaming means fundamentally that you need to become an adult, that you need to become an integrated human being, that there is a place where perhaps you can let go of the angry child inside, the entitled child inside. I'm not asking you to deny that it's there. I'm just asking you to recognize that that's only a limited part of your past. And now you are not just a hurt child or an angry child of a narcissistic child. You are a human being that is part of an evolutionary process. And in this evolution, you have the possibility to become really human, which is the way to become God. To be fully human, which means to embrace all your potential, dark and light, and create in your unique way, your reality, as you do already, but you start doing it consciously, which means you take responsibility for everything that you create moment after moment after moment. And that is freedom. If you're not willing to take responsibility for what you create, you don't know what freedom is. And you will never know. Because freedom and responsibility are the same thing. When I consciously become responsible of what I create, that's where freedom starts completely possessing me, expressing it through me. And that means becoming human and becoming an adult. The gift of curiosity. We have an incredible gift, which is called curiosity. Curiosity is actually an invitation to the mystery of life to manifest itself. So curiosity is about asking, is about continuously asking, what am I doing here? Who is this person sitting here? Who is breathing? Who is talking? Who is asking these questions? What is my place on this, in this universe? What am I bringing here? How can I participate, contribute, share myself? What love is, what beauty is, what intelligence is. Curiosity is really, is like a sparkling in the heart. It's like champagne. It's like, it's like a bubbling, that goes and says, wait a minute, what's going on here? Who are these people? You see, every second In this reality, there are three fundamental components. One is I, the subject. Another is we, all the people that the subjects relate with continuously. And the third one, it, no? The totality of it. And we continuously are immersed in this totality, in this relating, and in this subjectivity, I am. So when you are curious, you can continuously feel the incredible intersections of all these different aspects of what is. You can experience yourself as this pure subjectivity that is at the center of every single second you are living. And in the same time, you can experience how that subjectivity does not exist alone, in separation from the others, but is continuously relating. And if it's not relating to human beings, it's relating to the air that you are breathing. There is a love affair happening in this moment between you and the air. You see, the air is giving itself to you. And you are giving back to the air. So allow yourself to really be curious. Okay, my friends.